It's a good idea to see things differently than you usually do. To let the way that you usually perceive things be different. DanceAbility is the study of movement improvisation for all people in any combination of people. The full spectrum of humanity. We teach every person. We teach the same information to everybody. The method of the presentation of that same information changes depending on the population that you have. Many times you could easily have some of the best professional dancers in the world. Great musicians, psychologists, therapists, people of every kind of disability in the same room simultaneously. People who have no language. People who've never made an independent choice for themselves ever in their lives. And they arrive in a DanceAbility class. So let's imagine we're arriving with all of them. People are coming in the room. It's my job as the teacher to meet each and every one of them. In the moment I meet them, I have an intention. My intention is to find out, do they speak verbal language? Or do they understand verbal language? If they don't understand verbal language, do they understand nonverbal language? Maybe they don't understand either of those. But maybe they know how to orient themselves socially in space. And maybe they don't know any of those things either. And I don't know what their awareness is or does, or even if it is. After I find out that information, I call everybody together in a circle, and we begin in a circle. Wow, good timing. We begin in a circle, and we begin in silence to assure we're beginning non-verbally together, listening to the silence together. Because maybe there's someone in the class that can't hear. Maybe there's someone in the class that can't speak. So if I were to immediately start to talk, there would be something in the intelligence of space that doesn't mean we're all together. So beginning together is really important. Then I tell them that they don't have to do anything that they don't want to do, that this is not some form of therapy or some kind of social work. I'm not trying to improve them. I'm not trying to change them at all. The actual foundation is acceptance of everybody as they are. I then tell them that we're going to be studying movement improvisation, and that not to worry, because many people haven't done improvisation, because every person can make every movement. And any one part of your body can experience and express every emotion that exists. For example, if I were to say to you, you can't leave the seat of the chair that you're sitting on, but jump. Right. If someone could come to the class and can only move this much, one finger in their body, and I say jump, and they go, you see them jump, right? Yes. And also, all movement is relative to the person doing it. It's not compared to something else. For example, somebody, this might be stillness for them. For some people, this could be fast. And some people, this is slow. So I tell them that we have entrances and exit levels for everybody. The only people we don't work with are the people who are consciously violent. And even those people, we give them a chance. But should they become violent to themselves or someone else, we ask them to leave our dance class. So people can come for just recreation. People can come because they want to learn how to collaborate. How do you communicate with people with different kinds of techniques or technical things to communicate and non-verbally so that they can build sort of collaborative communities? We also teach people to be certified DanceAbility teachers. We have 400 of them in 40 countries, both people with and without disabilities. And they can become performers. We performed in some of the biggest theaters in the world. We do children's shows. We performed for over 400,000 children. And we do informances, which is after a workshop's over, we show the general public who we are, what we do. And we do something that's called the street performance parades, because we need to go into society, into the public, into site-specific places, so people randomly come upon us and see us. And also because in some countries, if you're disabled, you can't go in the theater. And also because in many countries, including our own, many people can't afford to go in the theater. So we go out and hope for intersection. I do a piece. We use the 20 seconds it takes for the light to go red and green. And you put 4 groups on 4 different corners, and they go all around the street, crossings in our street parades. It's a kind of interesting thing. Okay, I also tell them, I already told you that, about performances. So now I want to ask you to learn something with me, and then we're going to do a little warm-up exercise together. A warm-up that's for adults and for when you predominantly have a group of people that do understand language, although it doesn't mean everybody. It's about percentages of people that you're together when you change. So, everybody move one part of your body. Put your attention, keep moving it. Put your attention in the experience of that movement. That's a sensation. Okay? Good, thank you. So now I'm going to take us through a little experience, okay? Call your attention. And place your attention on the sensation of your body breathing. Your skin holds your muscles. Your muscles hold your bones. The bones of your rib cage and your spine hold your lungs. Your lungs massage your heart as you breathe. Your heart pumps blood and oxygen to all parts of your body. Your whole body breathes. Now, with attention on sensation, gently move one part of your body. And keep moving that one part of your body. And keep your attention on that experience. And then, while you're moving that one part of your body, begin to notice somebody else who's sitting next to you or behind you. So you can move your head also and begin to notice someone else. Sensing your own body and noticing something outside of your body. Training your senses of perception to perceive internally and externally simultaneously. It's a practice for waking up the intuition. Okay, so while you're doing that, 2 things. Include now changing the speed of that movement that you're making. Feeling your body, noticing someone else, changing your speed. And also, let yourself look around. Notice, what can you notice in the room? Can you do all 4 of those things simultaneously? Feel your body, be in a relationship, change the speed and time of your movement, and be aware of what else is happening. That's the practice of improvisation. What you're doing, who you're doing it with, where you're doing it, and what else is happening. Okay, that's the training. You're saying now, what about those people that don't have language skills? Each person does what they can do to the best of their ability, and that's all. Just like right now, if you don't understand a word I'm saying, it really doesn't matter. Learning is not about understanding only. Okay, so 4 principles: sensation, relationship, time, and design. Sensation, your own body. Relationship, conversation non-verbally. Time, change your habitual movement time, and it will help other things change through all of your other senses as well. And design. Design is that which makes a space accessible equally to everybody so that everyone has the same opportunity. That's design. Okay, so I want to tell you a little story. I was teaching in Finland, about 40 people in a workshop. A boy comes in, an autistic boy, walks across the floor, lays down on the floor, and puts his face up against the wall, like that, and stays there. Okay, all right. Okay, now it's time to begin with a circle. So I asked everyone to sit in a circle, starting at his feet and at his head. Make a whole circle, did everything we need to do to then eventually get ready to do the workshop. So I noticed, what's he doing? Oh, he walked so he can move, and he's in stillness. Okay, movement and stillness. That will be our common denominator for beginning and see if that changes or not. So we used movement and stillness throughout the whole day. Duets, quartets, 6 people, the whole group. Incredible images. He never moved. Second day he comes. He puts his face back in the same place, but periodically he goes like this. And he looks at what's happening, but he stays laying there the whole day. Okay, I watched the 2 movements he did. So then we worked with follow or lead, not follow the lead, because everybody cannot follow everybody. But if you say you can follow or lead, then you're free to follow or lead in any moment. You can always change your mind. So we worked with follow or lead the whole day. The next day he came, he did the same thing. Put his face up against that wall, and I thought, Auntie, okay. And I had this feeling, okay, do it, Alito. And no, I can't do that. No, do it, Alito. No, I can't do that. I said, Auntie, would you come and demonstrate with me? He stood up, walked to the center of the room, demonstrated action and response with me. Conversation, moving. And he stayed involved the rest of the whole day. The next day he came, he was ready to be involved with everything. He stayed in the workshop the whole time, the whole day. At the end, we did what's this informants thing that I explained to you earlier. And he did everything in the informants. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So he was learning in his own time, in his own way. You let people be who they are always. So, another story. I was teaching in Italy, and a man named Sergio came. He was about 50 years old, severe cerebral palsy. He could talk with the translator. At the end of the weekend workshop, Sergio said with the translator, my whole life, I know and have experienced my own inner paradise inside myself. And this workshop was the first time I ever shared my inner paradise with another person. After that workshop, I was wheeling around in a wheelchair, and one of my friends said to me, why are you so good in a wheelchair? And I said, oh, my mother had one. My mother had a wheelchair. My mother was a quadriplegic since I was 7 years old. I never knew that she was a disabled person until 15 years after she was dead. Really, 5 years into DanceAbility, I realized I had a disabled mother. She was my mother. She wasn't my disabled mother. She was my mother. And people, I'm up here talking in TED because I believe people are people. Wow. All people happen to be people? Come on. So, DanceAbility. We use 4 or 5 different ways to create a common language. One is action and response. One is follow lead. The third one is numbers and pairs and different groupings of people. If you have the right number of people in any community, you have all the information that you need. The way that you work with numbers to assure everyone is learning, vice versa. Yeah, everybody learns from each other the same amount. Even people in my workshops who have come in hospital beds or people who are comatose in class. They teach the next person as much as they learn. Everybody learns the same. The numbers, and then we use touch. Many, many different kinds of variations of touch to communicate also. And then variations on the theme. How do you mix those things in various different ways when you have extremely diverse groups of people? So, DanceAbility believes that the more diverse the community that you have, the more learning that there is. And that people's physical conditions or unique mental characteristics are not problems. They're opportunities to learn. The problems arise in any community when people are separated and isolated from each other. It's been proven that space does not exist. We are all connected. We are all connected. We are all connected. You can't deny it. You can't disprove it. We are all connected. So in DanceAbility, we try to create a critical mass movement of that experience and then transmit that experience through creativity, diversity, and equality to society as reality. People leave the workshops, they go home. People leave the workshops, they go to where they work. People leave the workshops, they go out, but they take the resonance of that feeling that you only need to have one time to never forget. We are all connected. We are one people. We deserve each other. Thank you very much.